Hello everyone and welcome back. So in this video I'm going to be talking about lookup fields. We are going to see why to use them and why are so useful, right? In order to do that I'm going to create a little database here. It's called students, and I'm going to create two tables. First one is going to be student. Okay, student has its ID and it has student name. Let's say first name, second name. Okay, I'm going to save it, and I'm going to create another table which is going to be called class. So class has its ID and class has its class name. The name you supplied is a reserved word. Okay, so I'm just going to say it's class name. Right. What I want is to have many-to-many relationship, meaning I want to say one student can attend many classes, and one class can be attended by many students. Okay, so in order to do that I need to have a third table, and it's going to be called simply student class. Okay, this table needs to have both information, meaning which student attends which class. How to do that? We are going to say okay, this student is known by its ID, so I'm going to say student ID, and it's going to be a number, and also I have ID for the class ID, also number. So these are both numbers, because auto number is actually a number, but it is automatically generated, so that's the only difference. These two are primary key, so meaning that one student can only attend one class, meaning you cannot have one student that is attending two mathematics. Okay, save. Database tools, relationships. Now we are going to see how to set up relationships. Show table, student class, and student class. In order for me to show many-to-many relationship, I need to say that student ID is connected with this student ID. Enforce referential integrity, that's okay. Okay, so he wants me to close all these before proceeding. Close. Now I'm connecting this student ID with this student ID. Okay, and I'm going to connect this class ID with this class ID. Okay, so this is many-to-many relationship. Now when I have my database, I'm going to create an application. So I need a connection component and connection string. I'm going to build up my database. These are students table, test connection. Okay, I'm going to name it connection, and ADO table. So I'm going to have three ADO tables. First one, it's going to be table student. Second is going to be table class, and the third one going to be student class. So this is the in-between table, right? And also I need to have three data sources. Each one for each table. So this is going to be student. Okay, this is going to be for class. And this is going to be student class. Okay, so once I've done that, I need to say that this table reads, okay, all three tables are using the same ADO connection, right? And now student uses the Okay, I'm going to cancel this login prompt. Okay, so disable it, and now table name for student is student, table name for class is class, and student class, and after that I'm going to activate all tables. Right, so now when that's done, I need to use db grids. So I'm going to use 3 db grids. This is the first one, second one, and the third one. So what I want is to say, okay, in this grid I'm going to show students, data source, student. In the second one I'm going to use class, data source, class. Okay, and the third one is going to be student class. Okay, so I'm going to adjust the size of these columns. Okay, put it here. Now let's run the application, and as you can see, all tables are empty. So I'm going to say and Mary, John, I don't know, Q, and class name, for example, mathematics, English. Okay. What I want to do now in this table, I want to say that N is attending mathematics. In order to do that, I need to know what is the ID of that student. N has ID 1, and it's attending a class which ID is also 1. Okay, so I can also say N is attending English. Okay, also I can say John is also attending English, right? And now, as you can see, this table only contains IDs, and that can be pretty confusing. Because of that, we can use lookup fields. So this is the perfect example for to see why they are so useful, because after a time all these tables are going to be pretty large, and you won't remember anymore who has the ID 1, which class has ID 1 or 2 or 10 or something like that. In order to make sense here, we need to add lookup fields. How to do that? So I'm going to open this student class table and add all fields. Okay, just to refresh everything, right? So I've added all fields. As you can see, I have student ID, class ID. So instead of student ID, I want to have student first name and student second name. How to do that? Well, let's add a new field. Okay, so I'm going to say student first name. Okay, type is string, and it's a lookup type. So now we are getting at the hard part. So key field, pretty much it asks us, okay, in here in this table, what is the key field that I'm looking for? So what I want is student's first name. How will I find that out? By looking student ID from here. Okay, where will I look that value? I will look that value in student table. Okay, and in student table, which column will I be searching for? It will be the ID. So as you can see, I'm looking from student ID column here. I'm looking that value inside this student table, and in particular in ID column. Okay, and when I find that value, meaning I find that this one and this one matches, I want to read first name. Okay, and once I've done that, I can add a new column here. Okay, add a new column and field name, student first name. And as you can see, wherever I have 1, it is N. Okay, when I have 2, it is John. Right, so I can add another. It's going to be student second name, right? Also string. It's a lookup type. Key field, I'm looking for student ID. I'm looking for it in here, in particular in ID column. And once I find it, I want to retrieve the second name. Okay, so I add another column and I'm going to say it is a second name, right? I can also add another column, so I'll add a new field. This time I'm going to add a class name, so class name, it's a string. In this time I'm looking for what? Class ID. I'm looking for that class ID in class table in the ID column, and once I find it, I want to retrieve class name. So I'll just rename this as I don't know, class name 2, just to avoid matching the same names. Okay, and now I add another field, class name 2. Okay, so as you can see, if I have class ID 1, that is automatically mathematic. If I have 2, then it is English. Okay, so let's run this application. And what you can do here is to say, okay, this is John, for example. And as you can see, automatically I've changed student ID to 2 because John has ID of value 2, and I've changed automatically his first name and the second name. If I go to N, then I change her first name, second name, and ID. Automatically everything is updated, and you have this lookup combo box automatically in DB Grid. Also, if I change from mathematics to English, class ID has changed. Okay, so furthermore I can say, okay, once I've done that, I don't even need to show student ID and class ID here because it might be confusing. I can simply do it like this. Now I have only strings here. Add a new record. So I'm going to say John, automatically it is John Q, is attending mathematics. And behind everything I have only, so John, it is ID 2, and it is attending mathematics, which is ID 2. So if I look at the database has only 2 and 2 stored. So these are the only values that database has, but your application will read it as this. And that's it, guys. I hope you find this interesting, as it is for me, because it's very useful to have things like this in your application. Thank you for watching, and well, see you later.